Hello, my name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, you may notice on our board is the model we ended up with last video. And I often do that so that we can have a slight review before we go into the topic for today. And they are usually interrelated in some way. So this is our last one. And this is what it says. Everything has a beginning and an ending. And we talked about memories and how we create memories a little bit, but more than that, where they are stored and how we retrieve them and work with them, change them, improve them, and then restore them, and what effect it has on our world. So it'll be interesting to go back and take a look at that. I'll reference it up here, and in a moment we're going to go on with what we are going to be discussing today. But one thing I want to bring out again is the tremendous amount of memories that we have, and the fact that we cannot find memories in the physical brain that are not turned on so that you can see the pattern. And when they're not active, we have no idea where they are. And the most current method or theory is called memory consolidation, and it is magnificent. But it doesn't answer the question, where are all the memories? Thousands and thousands and thousands of memories. Can't find them. So we're going to go on because memories are very important. Why? All we are our memories. We create our belief system from our memories. And we can change that. We can change our belief system by changing our memories. We can change the world that we have created as the creator by healing our past negative memories. Oh, we are so magnificent as creators. And the world you have now, you have created through this process of having life experiences, developing memories, which are creations of yours, and then coalescing them into the belief system that determines your world. How magnificent! And in a moment, we're going to change and talk about, and so our topic for today, and it is quite long. So I'm going to read it, and you can think about it. You'll notice on our diagram that I did leave this picture or model of the infinite energy system that I call consciousness. Again, controversial in the scientific community, although it is quickly beginning to move into the mainstream. But it's not there yet. Now, here's our topic for today. You will need a magic stick. I should have a magic stick. And hocus pocus to conjure up a new world. You're going to need some things. And it's the recognition that you are creating your world. How are you doing that? Well, we have several videos on that, and I think I have a playlist that I'll reference up here. So now we have to get into the mystical side of you, and that's what we're going to do. Now, I said something in my notes about that. I have said before that you are mystical. I said that because you are naive and innocent about the powers you possess, and as you become aware of these, your rightful creative powers, you can embrace your mystical side, however you interpret that. So, now to understand that, recognize, see, before the Big Bang, I made this comment in my first book, I think, and also a couple times in certain other videos. Somebody has to, and maybe somebody that is uninformed as I am on many things, to point out that nothing comes from nothing. And the Big Bang did not come from nothing. And now there's great investigation in the scientific community. Well, what was before the Big Bang? There was something. And the Big Bang is expanding into that something. And basically, it's, right now, at least, empty space, which we already know isn't empty, but is a quantum foam of positive and negative energy that separate and destroy each other constantly and form like a foam. At least that's the way I picture it. So now you're going to need a magic stick. You're going to need a wand or a quarterstaff to support you as you begin to look at conjuring. What's that mean, to conjure? Bring up in your mind, create in your mind a new world. And the new world that you're creating, and you're creating it like quantum foam, it just changes all the time, comes in, goes out, comes in, goes out. And you think it's solid, you think it's, no, this is what it is, this is the real world, no, it's all an illusion. Ha! So that's easy. Now the next question I want you to think about is, who are you? Who are you? In the Course, it asks it a little bit different. It says, what are you? Both kind of the same. So I want you to begin to think about that as we begin to think about the mystical side of you. Now, we're going to look and see what the Course has to say about this. And here is one thing that it says. And what are you who lives within the world except a picture of the Son of God in broken pieces, each concealed within a separate and uncertain bit of clay? Uncertain bit of clay. Well, the body is the clay, of course. And we believe that, well, we're just here, we have no power, we're just drifting along, doing what we have to do to survive. And in that state, you are not utilizing your mystical powers. So I want you to begin to think, who are you? Now that's a deep question. And a lot of people spend all their life trying to answer that question. And they try to answer, well, what's my purpose? And all kinds of stuff like that. This is the main question. When you know who you are, purpose is unimportant, as it'll just come to you. So, outside of you is consciousness. Inside of you is consciousness. So if you look to find consciousness, you're going to find it inside of you. And a lot of scientists say, oh, well, that proves that the sophistication of the body and the brain brings consciousness into effect. So when we find consciousness inside, well, we can't find it outside. They got it reversed. Consciousness is fundamental, and you are embedded in consciousness. And consciousness is infinite. So you are a fragment of infinity or consciousness. Now, here you have to be a little cautious, so I want you to think again deeply. In infinity, there's no holes. Infinity is everywhere. So if you are a fragment of this infinite energy, you're the whole energy. There's nothing outside of you. And you might think, oh, well, maybe that's who I am. But we dangle from that in our conscious mind. And our conscious mind, as slow and small as it is, produces a small self. And when you begin to recognize that when you get behind this illusion, this egoic world, when you get behind it and look at it from the infinite field that it is embedded in, you are going to see the magnificence of the real world rolling out before you over all the chaos that's around you. But your conscious mind will say, no, that can't be. Look at all the stuff here, people dying and no food and all kinds of bad stuff. It's all in the illusion. There's no reason for it to be that way, except we believe must be. And our beliefs are driving us. And the egoic world is called the egoic world because it's ego-driven. Every aspect of the illusion is ego-driven. Every group, every college, every country, every government, every social structure, every religious group are ego-driven. And you created them that way. And I'm asking now to give some thought of using your magic stick and your hocus pocus to conjure up another world. You made this one the way it is for you by using the techniques that we have mentioned throughout this YouTube channel. You will find techniques to help you change your world. It doesn't matter what the rest of the world is or the rest of the universe. When you change your world, when you begin to understand who you are, everything changes. Everything changes. Because you are a fragment of the infinite whole. And when you begin to recognize the power that you have to create a different world for you, the whole universe changes. Because you're the universe. Be good to yourself. This is a little deep than we usually go. Some of it will not be easy to understand or to accept. But do the best you can. If you have any comments, put them below. If it makes any sense to you, subscribe. And we'll look forward to seeing you next time here in the illusion, because you can't get out of it. Not in any physical way. Bye now.